is breaking news from Pix 11.
All right, let's get right to that breaking news tonight. At least 8 people injured in a train derailment on the Upper West Side. Police saying a work train collided with a northbound number 1 train with passengers on board.
Yeah, it happened just after 3 this afternoon in the tunnel between 96th and 103rd Street. Anthony DiLorenzo is live at the scene with the latest. Anthony.
A super frightening scene. We've been speaking with passengers who are on that train in the last few minutes. They have been out here, some of them being triaged, others just waiting for family members to come and pick them up. But the total injury count is way up at this point. We are told by the FDNY about 22 people were hurt after those 2 trains collided. However, all of those injuries considered mostly minor at this time. We're awaiting a briefing from officials from the MTA and the police department to give us an update on how all of this happened. But right here, I'm joined by one of these anxious family members who's come to try and find your daughter.
Yeah.
Jamie, tell me about where your daughter is and what she told you happened.
She called me about an hour and a half ago and told me she hates the trains, and my biggest nightmare is that she'll get stuck on a train one day. And she was actually on the express train right behind the train that crashed. So she's been sitting for over an hour and a half on an express track on 86th Street. And they're trying to get them out. The fire department hasn't reached that train yet, but people have been climbing out of the windows, climbing over the local track, getting up on the platform.
Which is extremely dangerous.
Very, and the conductors have been telling them, please don't climb out the window. So hopefully they're going to get ladders and get them out.
And so she was nowhere near the one that crashed,
No,
or could she?
She was the one right after the one that crashed.
Okay, so hearing
Thank
that
God.
happened and she wasn't involved in that, this is obviously not a worst case scenario for her.
I'm very, very happy, but she's still, a teenager on the train by herself for over an hour and a half without, knowing really what's happening.
Are they making any announcements? You've been able to communicate with her?
Yes, because she's in between tracks, so she has service. So, yeah, she just said that they're hanging out, she was scared at first, she's fine now, and she hopes they get to her soon.
Okay, Jamie, thank
Yep.
you very much.
Thank
We hope
you.
the best for her. Glad she wasn't hurt. Let's give you a look right now at the scene. Of course, traffic here is just a mess in this area, the Upper West Side, as Broadway here is shut down at 96th Street. Also a mess underground as well. Let me tell you a little bit about what some of the passengers who are on board that train told me. They say it was a pretty violent jolt that they felt. Some people fell to the ground. One woman says she saw blood on the train. People were screaming. And then at some point, the firefighters came, pried open the doors and allowed them to evacuate orderly, and they have all really gathered around here at this point. Some have left, but again, fortunately, despite this derailment that happened here right before rush hour, there aren't any major injuries. Again, the FDNY just telling us about 22 people have been reported hurt, all of them at this point minor.